Yeah, right. See, so data, what is data? We'll take a small demo. What is data? Good. Okay. See, data is nothing but it is an individual item. For example, your name is a data, my name is a data, course name is a data, area name is a data, book name is a data. So individually, single item is called a data. Then what is information? So it is a, yeah, oh, good, good, good. Meaningful. Yeah, right, right. See, the data when we are grouping into meaningful, that becomes as a information. For example, here we have one employee. So this employee has employee number, employee name, address, phone number, email, so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay. That means when we are grouping this data into meaningful, then only becomes as a information. But individually, employee number is a data individually. Individually, employee name is a data, address is a data, but grouping into meaningful becomes as a information. That is the difference between data and information. Okay, right. Now observe here. Here we have small scenario, the real-time scenario. So this is a reservation form. This is a reservation form. I would like to book a ticket at a reservation. That is online. Okay. See, if I opened any application on the monitor, I can get this type of form. Okay. So here we have some reservation ID and passenger name, seat number, service number from to date time. So these are the fields we can view at a reservation form. So here, as per my requirement, the reservation ID will be automatically generated, and from the passenger name, we need to feed the some data. Okay, for example, we are feeding some data. After that, after that, if I clicking this save button, okay, after feeding the data, if I clicking save button, this data goes to one place. That place is called database. That place is called database. That means ultimately the entire data we are storing in database. So what is a database? When we are storing the entire data in a place, that location, we can say that that is a database. But how to store the data into our database? See, in the form of table. In the form of table, we can store the data. Say, observe here, it is called row. Sorry, it is called column and it is called row. Correct? So one row, one column forms a table. That means it is called two-dimensional table. Two-dimension table. Okay. Yeah, we'll explain. We'll explain. Okay. That means before storing the data into my database, first I required this structure. For example, I would like to stay at the fourth floor. Okay, without fourth floor, we can't stay there. So first we need to construct the fourth floor, then only we can stay there. The same way, the data here, we have 8 columns related data we have. So these 8 columns related data I would like to store in my database, but in the form of a structure that is called table. Okay, that means before loading the data into my database, first I need to construct the table. I need to create the table in our database. Okay, so as per my project requirement, how many tables were required? Those table we need to create with primary key, foreign key relationship, because we need to establish. You can mute it. You can mute it. Not a problem. Okay. See, based on our requirement, we need to construct or we need to create some tables in my database with primary key, foreign key relationship, because we need to provide the integrity between these two tables, the relationship we need to provide. So that's the reason we need to create tables with primary key, foreign key concept. Okay, anyway, if I created some tables in my database, that is called backend programming. Backend programming. Okay, good. But which type of databases available in the market, that we need to check. See, Oracle is a one database. SQL Server is a database. DB2 is a database. Teradata is a database. Sybase is a database. MySQL. Okay, like that we have different type of databases. You can take any database and you have to install one particular machine. If you are installing that particular database on a particular machine, then that we can say that that is a server, database server. Okay, so here anyway, I constructed some tables in my database and I would like to store the data. But how to store the data? With the help of our front end application. Okay, no problem. See, this is our front end application. Okay, so here observe which type of front end software is available in the market. VB is a front end, D2K is a front end, Java is a front end software, .NET, PHP, as well as all data warehousing tools comes under front end. You are learning Informatica, ROBI, Tableau, everything, all data warehousing tools comes under front end. So anyway, I took this Java as a front end software. I developed this application. Okay, but after feeding the data, we need to click on the save button. We need to click on the save button. When we are clicking the save button, some action should be occur. What is the action? What is the data we enter? That should go to so-and-so database and so-and-so table to store permanently. So that's the reason in the save button, we need to write some program. So if it is Java code, we need to write. If it is a D2K Oracle code, we need to write. If it is a VB code, we need to write. If it is a .NET code, we need to write. Got it? So if I clicking save button, some action should occur. That's the reason in the save button, we need to write some program. Then only the data goes to your database. How to move the data from front end to back end means with the help of ODBC connection. What is ODBC? Open Database Connectivity. Open Database Connectivity. With the help of Open Database Connectivity, we can move the data from front end to back end. Okay, leave it. Not a problem. One record is stored in my database. After a few days, we decided that we will need to postpone our ticket. Then first, once again, we need to open our reservation application. Then we need to enter our reservation ID. Then we need to click on this view button. While clicking this view button with this ID, what is the record we have at the backend side? Okay, at the backend side, that entire record brings from backend to front end. Yes. Now we need to postpone. So we have to change the date. Yes. After that, that should reflect in my database means we have to click on update button. Then only the date will be updated in my database. Okay, right. Instead of that, if I clicked this delete button, what is the record with this ID? The record will be deleted from our database. Then now you can tell me what is the use of backend, what is the use of frontend. See, the backend we are using for only data storage purpose. Okay, the front end we are using for data modification purpose. So when we required, we need to bring the data from backend to front end. Then we need to do some modification. Once again, the data should move to backend. Only data modification purpose we are developing the front end. Only data storage purpose we are developing the backend. That means before learning a particular tool, before learning a particular tool that is related to which environment, that we should know. Yes or no? You are learning SQL PLSQL means you are a back-end developer. Got it? If you are learning many Informatica or OBI, any Tableau or Power BI or Java.NET, you are a front-end developer. Correct. But to move the data from front end to back end to front end, we have one connection that is called ODBC. With the help of this interface, I can move the data from front end to back end to front end. But see, the back end we need to develop, the front end we need to develop, then we need to integrate. We need to integrate, that is called software development. That means if you are developing a software for particular institute or particular application, particular company, you need compulsory backend. You need compulsory front end. Okay, without front end, without backend, there is no software development in this world. Okay, right. So before learning any particular tool, first we need to analyze that is related to which environment. So okay, you are learning SQL, PLSQL. Yes, you are a backend developer. But we are learning any data analysis tool or maybe front-end application or a front-end developer. Okay, so with the help of ODBC, I can move the data from front-end to back-end to front-end. Correct? So a software development consists of two environments, that is back-end as well as front-end. Good. Now, when we are coming to database, okay. So in my database, what are the content or what are the portion we have? See, this is Oracle. So this is Oracle. It is a database where we can store the entire data. Okay, but this Oracle is divided into. Okay, this Oracle is divided into two or three parts as a SQL, as a PLSQL, as a dynamic. Sorry, dynamic SQL. Okay, so we have three parts: SQL, PLSQL, and dynamic SQL. So here we need to observe. First, we need to learn SQL. We need to learn SQL. After that, we need to learn PLSQL. So that is procedural language and dynamic SQL. Also, we have three parts. In SQL, okay. In SQL, what are the objects? See, we have some objects. We have some objects. What is a object? What is a object? See, if I take any classroom, there we have some objects like board is a object, chair is a object, marker is a object. Okay, and projector is a object. Okay, in the same way, if I taking any database, there also we have so many objects. The purpose is different. Each object purpose is different, but we can use it. Okay, see, the first object, yes, that is table. That is table. Okay, so in the form of table, we need to store the data. So that's the reason first we need to create tables in my database. That is the first one. Okay. So as well as one more views. Views. See, I have some tables. Okay. But this is a table we need to create. This view we need to create in our database. Okay. That means we need to create some objects. We need to modify those objects. That is done. Okay. Now, first object is table. So if you want to store the data in your database, how many columns are required? What is the table name? That we need to define first. So that's the reason there we need to write some script file. Create a table, table name, bracket open, column one, data type, data size, column two, data type, data size. Like that we need to write. Okay. That means the metadata we need to develop first. Metadata we need to develop. First, tell me what is metadata? What is metadata? Hmm. So, any definition? Good. Data is yes. Now observe here. This is one table, customer table. So here we have some columns, we have some rows. Okay. Now observe. See, if it is vertical, this we can say that it is a column. Okay. If it is horizontal, we can say that it is a row. So between we have one intersection that is called this entire is called this is called cell. This is called cell. Okay, that means this is cell has three attributes. This has three attributes or characteristics. The first one is cell name. This is cell has some name. Okay. Okay. But in this cell, which type of data we are storing, that is called a cell type. Okay. But how many digits we are storing in this cell, that is called cell size. But as per my database, it is called column name. It is called column name. It is called data type. Then cell size is called data size. So column name, data type, data size is called metadata. Okay. What is? Yes. Just observe here. We have one table. Okay. We have one table without data. We have one table without data is called metadata. Get it? Get it? That means before storing the data into my database, first I need to develop metadata. The structures means without data, any table structure is called metadata. Get it? Yes, that is called because data about data as per definition. How the data we are storing that defined another data that is metadata. Okay, so that's the reason first we need to develop metadata. So that means we need to create tables. How to create? Already we explained. A script file we need to write. Create a table, table name. For example, this type of table I would like to create. Then how to write code? Yes. Create. Which type of object? That is table. So we need to mention table. Or if it is view, we need to mention view. Okay. Create table. Yes. Start. then bracket open. Why? Because how many columns are existed? Three columns. Okay, CID. But which type of data type? Which type of data we are storing? Yes, that is a number data. Okay, number. How many digits? Four digits. Enough. See, column name, data type, data size. After that, C name. So in this C name, we have to mention varchar2 because we need to mention, we need to enter alphanumeric. Okay, maybe 10. Next, once again, amount. This is a number, but some 9.2 close. Then bracket close. See, this is called script file. If I writing this type of code in my Oracle, this type of object will be created in my database. Okay. Yeah. No, no. I will explain. Because SQL is the common language for all database, but a little bit syntax differences will be there. Okay. SQL, Oracle SQL, SQL Server SQL, DB2 SQL, Teradata SQL, okay, MySQL. But little bit syntax differences will be there, but 90% same. Okay, some functions, some keywords will be different. Okay, but 90% is same for all database. Okay, so but here we are learning Oracle SQL. Okay, that's the reason we need to mention number in type. Otherwise, we have to mention integer like that. So, okay, yeah. 9 comma means entire values we can store 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. The entire numbers will be 9, but only two decimals will be provided like that. 2 are decimals, 7 are integer values. Precision scale. Got it? Right. So like that, if you want to store currency data, we need to mention precision as well as scale. Like that, if I writing this type of code, then only the object will be created. Like that, the object we need to create. Otherwise, for the existing table, we need to add some more columns. For the existing table, we need to change the data type, data size. Okay. And this type of work we need to do in our database. Okay. Right. So tables will be for storing the data. Yeah. Yeah, in detail I will explain. See, if it is varchar2 means, okay, varchar2 is there, varchar2 also is there, but I will explain in detail in data types in regular class. Okay, all right. So just I'm giving overall demo on Oracle today. Okay, yes. Tables are if you want to bring the data from multiple columns. Okay, see, right. See, just observe here. See, we have three tables, product table, suppliers table, and region table. But my requirement is from the product table, product name we required. From the supplier table, we required supplier name. For the region table, I require region name only. See, three tables related, some columns we need to write and we need to present our relevant information. Okay, so there we need to write some joins. With the help of joins, I can bring the relevant data. I can bring the relevant data. But just observe here, I'm writing one code. How to write joins? See, select p dot product name. In the same way, s dot suppliers name. In the same way, r dot region name from, okay, from suppliers table, region table, and products table. So here we need to write product, we need to write condition. See, this supplier ID equivalent to this supplier ID and this region ID equivalent to this region ID. Okay, that means in where clause we need to write joint condition, then only we can retrieve. Okay, but this query frequently you are using in your project. Okay, if it is too difficult to write for every time, yes or no? In this scenario, this for this query we are providing a name. That means a virtual table. That means I'm create, okay, view name, suppliers and product and region underscore view. Like this, I'm providing as. That's enough. That means we are creating a view, means we are providing a name to this query. Then that will be stored as an object in our database. Instead of writing this entire query, just we can call this query. Select star from view name, enough. Then the entire data I can get. But it will not store physically. That will not store physically. The data will not store physically, but the name will be stored in our database. So that is called table, a view, sorry, views. Okay. Hmm. Right. It is a mirror image. Right. So if I calling view, the query select statement will be executed and the base table related data we can read. Okay, that is the view. And if you want to bring the data from faster way from your database, we need indexes. Okay, with the help of indexes, we can bring the data in faster way. So first we need to create indexes that we need to use. Okay, for example, we have a book. Without index page, if you are searching a particular topic, that will take some time. But with the index page, if you are searching a particular topic, you can navigate easily. That is the advantage. So some indexes we need to create on tables. After creating, when we are retrieving data from particular table with the help of those indexes, automatically the data will come faster way. Okay. Next, one more, that is sequences. So these are the objects, different purpose. Okay. Each object is related to different purpose. Okay. Sequences. See, here the customer ID will be there, but this customer ID should automatically populate while inserting a new record. See, while inserting a record to the existing table, that number should be automatically generated. So that is called sequences. So we need to create sequences while inserting some records into my database. We need to call a particular sequence and a particular customer ID on column. Automatically one number will be populated. Okay. In the same way, we have so many things and we have joins. Joins nothing but to bring the relevant data from more than one tables. Okay, the relevant data we are keeping in different tables. That is called a normalization. In the normalization form, we are storing the data in different tables. But that we need to bring, then we need to apply join conditions. We have so many join conditions we have. Self join, equi-join, non-equi-join, outer join. Those outer join also already we discussed. Okay. Once again, wait. That also will take. Right. See, joins. See, joins are four types. That is normal join, inner join, simple join. You can say that any name. But this is divided into two types, as a equigen as a non-equigen. Based on the equal operator, when we are retrieving data from two tables, that is called equigen. Based on other equal operator, maybe less than or greater than equal and or not, when you're using in where class, that is called non-equigen. And within the single table, we have more relevant data. If you want to bring the more relevant data from single table, then joining itself a table is called self-join. And outer join is nothing but while applying outer join, the conditional data as well as unconditional data also we can retrieve, but those are three types: left outer, right outer, full outer. We'll see in detail, okay, in regular classes, okay. And cross join. See, we are selecting some columns from both table, but we are not writing any join condition. In this scenario, meaningless data we can get. So that how to write queries and how to bring the data, that we can decide. Okay, and we have one more thing, that is constraints. Constraints nothing but, see, if you want to limit the data or if you want to restrict the data, so that means, see, the constraints are the restrictions which doesn't allow the invalid data entry to the your database tables. So invalid data entry, if you want to avoid, then we need to apply constraints. So we have different type of constraints. See, primary key is the first one. Okay, foreign key the second one. Primary key, when we are creating a particular column, we can't repeat the numbers. Repeated values we can't allow. While loading the data, while inserting the data into my database, it will not allow the null values as well as repeated values. Okay, so like that, we'll see practically that. So primary key is there, foreign key is there, default is there, not null is there, unique is there, check is there. Okay, so this type of constraints we need to create on your tables while creating this database tables in my database. So that is one topic, constraints. And one more topic will be there, that is data dictionary. The data dictionary means the metadata management. If you want to do, we can work on data dictionary. And one more thing, the main thing is functions. Functions. Functions are data converters. If you want to convert the data from one format to another format, we require functions. For example, character data, if you want to convert, we have character functions. If you want to convert number data, we have number functions. If you want to convert date data, we have date functions. If you want to convert aggregate data, aggregate function. And if you want to convert one data type to another data type, we have conversion functions. We have conversion functions. So those also we need to develop. Okay. Next, already, otherwise here we can see. See, numerical function, character function, date function, conversion function, general function, aggregate functions. Okay. See, square root, power, seal, floor, round, truncate, as well as character means length, as well as reverse, upper, lower. See, in my database, the data is located in uppercase, but while presenting the data into my data warehouse or maybe report level, that should be in small letters. Then we need to use this lower function. So it is used to convert the string into lower characters. Get it? Like that. Init cap, concat. If you want to concat two strings, then we need to use concat. If you want to trim the data, maybe left side or right side, we have trim functions. Okay. And if you want to pad the data, a special letter, maybe right side, maybe left side, that is the pad functions. Translate, replace. See, pad means, for example, see, if I taking statement, if it's taking statement, that is passbook statement, maybe the special letter will be occupied. After that, some values will be there. See, that means to store some values, we allocated some space. Okay. After our amount, the remaining space should be allocated with special letter. Then only that is safety side. Okay. Okay. So that's the reason. The remaining space will be padded with the special character, maybe character data or maybe number data. Okay. So that is called that is called uh, padding. Next, translate, replace, decode, substring. We have one string, but some of the letters we need to ring. See, for example, select substring of data cube technologies 5 comma 4 from DL. Just observe here. That means from fifth letter, we need to drag only 5 letters. We need to bring 5 letters. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. So C is the 5. From the C letter, we need to bring only 4 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. The result will be Q. Like that. So if it is a string, from the string, if you want to read some letters, that is called substring. Okay. Like that, we have so many things: system date, current date, add months. If you want to add months to the current system date, we have add months. If it is two dates provided, but how many months between these two dates that I can bring with the help of months between, or year also we can bring, years also we can bring, next day, last day. Like that, we have different type of functions. With the help of these functions, see aggregate functions. Okay, NVL function, not null value function. Like that, we can use this, and time functions also there, time functions. So these everything we need to do practically. Okay, right. Why? Because maybe right. Next we have subqueries concept. What is subqueries? See, if you want to read unknown values, then we need subqueries. Okay. So subquery means within the query we have one more query. That is called subquery. Okay, so here we have two types, that is nested subqueries as well as correlated subqueries. Observe, first, observe here, select ename comma job from EMP where job is equal to so and so. That means I'm writing a query within the query. That is called subquery. Okay, first the subquery will be executed. Okay, that means the job we are selecting with this employee number. So this employee number related job designation we are bringing, that job related employees information I'm bringing. If it is manager, so manager entire employees, what are the managers available? Those that I can get. First, this query will be executed. Then after that, this main query will be executed. So if you want to read unknown values, we need to provide subqueries concept. Okay, so in the same way, we have some important queries we have to work on this. Okay, because while facing interview, you will ask some questions, or maybe in real time you require some queries. So those we need to perfect. Okay, so that's the reason. Say selecting the name from employee table who has S letter starting position, who has S letter, that employees information I can get, like that. Okay, so we have to, after completing our skill, we have to do these examples for our practice purpose. And coming to PLA skill, so many things we need to discuss now. Okay, 1 minute. uh, yes, observe here, these are the objects we need to create in our database. We need to alter these object. That means we need to modify this object. Otherwise, we don't require, means we can delete these objects. So for that purpose, SQL provided some languages. Those languages are DDL, data definition language. In this data definition language, we have some keywords: create, okay, and alter, and rename, and add, and modify, and drop, and truncate. So these are the some commands available in my DDL, data definition language. So in my data definition language, okay, in my data definition language, with the help of create command, I can create any objects. With the help of alter keyword, we can modify the existing structure. Okay, we can rename the objects names. We can add some more columns to the existing table. With the help of modify, we can modify the data types and data sizes of a particular table. And we can drop, means we can permanently remove that object from the database. With the help of truncate, if I am using truncate, the structure will be available, but the entire data will be deleted permanently. And one more. After that, we are DML, data manipulation language. In this data manipulation language, one table is created with the help of DDL command, but I need to enter the data. Then we need to use insert keyword. Okay. Then for updating purpose, we have update keyword. For deleting purpose, we have delete. For retrieving purpose, we have select. So with the help of DML, we can insert the data, we can update the data, we can delete the data into the existing table, and we can retrieve the data with the help of select. And we have TCL. TCL means a transaction control transmission. So here we have commit as well as rollback. With the help of rollback and commit, I can store the data permanently in the database with the help of commit. I can unsave, or I can roll back the data from the database or table. So with the help of rollback. So practically we'll see everything. Okay. Next we have DCL. DCL means data control language. So here we have grant and revoke. See, I have one table. In this table, I'm giving permission. Okay, I'm giving permission to you for only viewing the data only. So that is my property. So you are different user, but you can watch my data. You can view my data, but you can't update, you can't delete, you can't insert. If I provide an insert provision, okay, you can insert the data only, can't view the data, you can't update the data, you can't delete the data. That means for security purpose, okay, in real time, one object is related to different people. Okay, so then based on your roles, we can provide privileges to a particular user with the help of grant. After, if you want to withdraw those permissions, then with the help of revoke, we can take the permissions back. Okay, so like that, with the help of these DDL, DML, TCL, the entire objects I can create, I can control the database. Okay, and when we're coming to PLSQL, when we're coming to PLSQL, right? See, we have cursors. First thing, cursors. See, the database is in another place. Okay. See, for example, in my database, I have 100 records. These 100 records, we have to retrieve the data from backend and we need to keep in our front end application. So that row by row, we need to process. So while creating cursors, one space will be created one memory will be created. The entire records comes from database to your front-end memory. From this memory, those record will be loaded into your front-end application. Front-end application. That is called cursors. So one cursor, that means in our PLSQL, entire objects will be a subprogram. It is also program. And we have error handling. Error handling. What is error handling? Means but we developed one program, but if it is maybe some error will be there. So there we can get one message that is no data found. If it is not available particular type of data in our database, while executing this program, no data found, one default message we can get. But that we need to customize as per our business requirement. That means which is we have errors, those we can customize, and user-friendly customization related message we can write with the help of error handling. And we have stored procedures. With the help of stored procedure, if I giving a particular employee number, I can get what is the role, and what are the name, what are the designation, everything we can get. And if I provide stored functions nothing but if I giving a particular employee number, that employee number related experience I can get as output. That means some calculations will be done, and that calculation result we can get through this program. That means cursors individually a program, subprogram. Okay, and error handling individually is subprogram, and exception handling is individually a subprogram. It is also subprogram. This entire programs as per your business requirement you need to develop. Then we need to combine. So that is called package. As per your business requirement, as a project requirement, you need to create some packages. With the help of packages, this entire objects we can combine and we can keep at a database level. So any front-end developer can access particular subprogram with the help of a package name. Okay. See, this entire stored stored functions. Okay. So like that, because here in my Oracle, I can execute only one select statement in SQL prompt. But I would like to execute multiple select statements. Then that is called PLSQL. That is called PLSQL. That means this we need to write as a program. This we need to write as a program. How? Just observe. Uh, yes. See, these are the front-end applications available. Here we are writing some variables, constraints, cursors, procedures, functions. This entire thing we are combining in a package. Okay. Package specification is different, package body is different. So first we need to create a package specification, then we need to execute. Then after that, we need to define the package body. In this package body, the entire business logic will be implemented. Why? Because in package specification, the variables, constants, cursors, procedures, functions, names available. But the entire business logic will be in my body. That means individually this function, if you want to use, with the help of this package, only this particular package only the particular function only you can use, because entire logics available in my package. So like that, individual subprograms we need to develop. Then after that, the entire individual subprograms we need to combine and we need to create as a package. So that will be stored in database level. That is reusability purpose. So as per your requirement, any front-end developer can connect to this package and that particular subprogram can call in their applications. Okay, so like that, our course will be there. Okay, everything will be practical oriented. Everything will be practical oriented. So here, so many programs we need to write, so many code we need to develop. Okay, that is the first. So without practice, there is no use. There is no use. See, coming to PLSQL. So here, the different will be, see, here named block will be there, unnamed block will be there. See, first we need to write as a declaration part. Then we need to begin use. In declaration, the variables we can define, the cursors we can define. In begin, the executable statements we can execute. That means the code parting, business logic we can implement here. See, for example, I'm writing begin DBMS output put line. So welcome data to class. So this message we can get as output. Okay. In the same way, see, observe here. See, we are declaring a variable that is 50. Okay. Begin hello data cube technologies output as a it means for 50 times this will be okay printed. In the same way, we are declaring some variables. If you want to calculate, so a plus b. So a plus b we can get as an output. So this is called subprogram. See, observe. I'm writing small program. Write a program to calculate the net salary of employees whenever the basic salary is entered. That means when we are entering a basic salary, automatically the entire employee salary should calculate. So HR should be so and so percent, the basic salary, okay, and TA will be so and so percentage, and PPF is so and so percent. Based on this percentage, the data will be calculated, should display. So that's the reason here we need to write program. So first we need to declare the variables. Then the entire business logic will be implemented in beginning. Okay, and this net salary should be printed as output. So like this, we need to write our programs. Okay, so like that, the PLSQL processors data types, conditional statements, loops, cursors, subprograms. Okay, subprograms that is functions and imported queries, everything, and packages also we need to write. Okay, so like that, we need to develop our programs. So that means that means in our database we are using Oracle. So Oracle means SQL plus PLSQL combinedly we can say that is the Oracle. If I moving to SQL Server, SQL is the common language for all database. SQL plus TSQL is called SQL Server. SQL and so and so advanced topics, that is so and so Teradata. SQL and so and so advanced topics, so and so Sybase. Correct? Like that. SQL is the common language for all database. If you are a front-end developer or maybe report developer or maybe Informatica developer, you need to have these functionalities. Okay. Otherwise, but it's too difficult. Okay. Without pillars, we can't build any building. Okay. So with pillars, that is safe. Like that. If you are moving to front-end side, anyway, you should perfect at a database level. Okay. Anyway, our course curriculum will be purely practical oriented. Every day the material will be provided, then you have to do practice. That practice also we will check in the initial stage. Okay, in the initial stage, we will check your practice also. Okay, right. Mhm. Now we can next. If you have any queries, you can. Yeah, I will explain. So dynamic SQL, nothing but see static SQL is there because we are writing static SQL. Any SQL statement which does not change during the runtime, so that is called static. During the runtime, if any change, that is called dynamic SQL. So I will explain that is also programming, simple programming, that also I will explain. Okay. That means any SQL statement which is constructed at the runtime, yes, that we can say that that is a dynamic SQL. Because because after doing some SQL concepts, then only you can understand this dynamic SQL. Okay. Because in regular classes, each topic wise will focus. Okay. Yeah. Right. So right. And tomorrow also we'll take a small first class. Okay. You can decide how it is